Hey guys, what's up here to do another trailer review, this time for Sisters. I have so much time on my hands I can just watch as many trailers as I can. As you guys all know, this is a comedy coming out, I think like on Christmas Day, I believe. Like alongside I think stuff like Joy and all that. Joy and The Hateful Eight, which I'm so excited for, without a doubt. This is a comedy which is directed by Jason Moore, who directed Pitch Perfect, which is actually a very pleasant surprise. Really like that movie. On the sequel, that was not directed by him. Elizabeth Banks directed that. That was pretty good. It's written by Poehler, who I think writes for SNL, and it stars Tina Fey and Amy Poehler in this movie. And I have to say, for a comedy trailer, and I have to say, I really don't like doing trailer reviews for comedies. I don't really like watching those kinds of trailers because here's the biggest problem with these trailers like these today. They reveal a lot of the best jokes. And one thing that does concern me is that even though this movie actually looks pretty entertaining and pretty funny, and I think that the chemistry between Tina Fey and Amy Poehler will really help elevate this film past its probably like a typical comedy story, or just like generic script or whatever the hell. It still makes me realize that maybe this could be an unfortunate missed opportunity. I don't know. I'm so glad their charisma drives it a whole lot forward, makes it a much better comedy. Who knows, maybe one of the best of the year, though it's hard to really say what my favorite comedy is. I did see Trainwreck, and while it's not perfect, I think it was really good, really funny, and undeniably a breakout for Amy Schumer. This trailer is not bad, and there are a couple moments I thought were pretty funny. There was one moment near the end where I just can't stop laughing. When the guy okay, let me just go through it. Some of the jokes are actually pretty funny for what they present here. Like whenever, whenever the two sisters are introducing themselves, Amy Poehler's face, I thought was actually pretty funny. Whenever they kind of focused on that in the trailer, they kind of did a freeze frame on that. I thought that was actually pretty funny. I kind of chuckled a little bit at Tina Fey kicking down the for sale sign and her just going crazy on the ground, having a good tantrum. That was actually kind of funny. Also, when they were doing that raunchy flirt, I guess, with the dude, I thought it was actually pretty funny. I thought it actually was really funny. Like what Amy Poehler said next, I really thought was actually really funny. It's obvious this movie's being rated R, because I mean, I can't get enough of it. Also, I kind of like that. I also kind of like that scene where she's lotioning the old guy's balls. That was actually pretty. I thought she was pretty funny. She just did a lot of subtlety. I just thought the way she delivered it was pretty fucking funny. It looks pretty funny. The one moment near the end, where the guy falls on the balcony box, gets it up his ass. When that thing starts playing, I can't stop laughing. I really it's so hard not to laugh whenever that happens. And when Amy Poehler comments on it, I'm always laughing. And when it continues going on, it's a good laugh. That's funny. Also, I kind of like whenever she's when Tina Fey's trying to talk to that big guy, wrestler or something like that. I kind of like when they were talking together. I thought that was actually pretty funny. There are a lot of funny moments in this trailer, and I think unfortunately there may be a few big laughs here. So as much as I did enjoy the trailer, and there are some funny moments, and there are some that are still funny. Every time I go back to them, there's still too many concerns for it. I can tell you, one thing I like about these trailers, maybe these best jokes are ones that are constant, they just don't get old. So one thing is, I may not laugh as much as now since I see them in the trailer, but I'm hopeful I'll laugh at them I'll still get the same amount of laughs as I did when I watched in the trailer when I see the movie, because, it's pretty funny. I am hoping this one thing is, I'm hoping it's not a missed opportunity, because, this will not be this won't be awful like Paul Blart Mall Cop 2, which is one of the worst comedies I've ever seen, one of the worst comedy sequels I've ever seen, and just overall a god-awful film, and if it's just overall one of the worst films I've ever seen as well. I'm just, hoping it's a good comedy. The problem is, though, a lot of comedies there just seem to be really just missed opportunities, and this one hopefully will be an exception. I really do, but I have some unfortunate skepticism because, like I said, you can't really send out a comedy based on trailers anymore. This trailer does do a good job for what it can do, but the thing is, there's still skepticism there because of that. Look, I'm sorry, but you can't always sell me on a trailer. You really just need to try hard. You can't just put in all the best jokes there. To be honest, what I mean is, it's not easy to sell me. reviews are really the only thing that can sell me, and who knows, the reviews are not very good. I probably just may skip this one. I'm sorry, but you know what? I'm not going to bet high on that. Look, as much as I really, and I love, I like Tina Fey. She wrote the script for Mean Girls, which I really liked. I loved Amy Poehler in Inside Out. She was so full of energy. She was hilarious. I loved her as Joy, and they're good. They can be funny. Don't get me wrong. They can be funny, but there's always concerns I have whenever it comes to these comedies today. Because even ones with the best comedic talent just seem to be thrown out the window. We all know what's happened to Eddie Murphy. It really sucks because that guy can be hilarious. I love I love Beverly Hills Cop. He hasn't made a movie in several years, and I'm thinking, okay, maybe he needs to reevaluate his career. He needs to stop acting. Okay, finally I heard he's doing one more project. I'm hoping that's a good one. This guy's really been throwing away his career, and it's been pissing me off. Because really, dude, you're funny. Stop throwing it away, okay? Anyways, there are some funny moments. It just looks very generic. It looks like another typical comedy, but I'm hoping it could be, hopefully they can elevate past that with the chemistry between Tina Fey and Amy Poehler, and a good amount of laughs. Maya Rudolph was also in there for a brief cameo. She did deliver, there also was a good joke that Tina Fey delivered, based on her wearing her belt saying, following wrestling championship. I thought actually was pretty funny. And it does have some cool talent involved. I think one of the producers, Jay Roach, who directed Meet the Parents, which is a really good which I really like that. I think it's a really good comedy. He also made Austin Powers. I've only seen the first one. I think that's also really good. I think it's a classic. I think it's also a classic. I think Meet Parents is a classic as well. Yeah, I really like him. I have no real. My only concerns or thinking is really just my worrying. I'm just worrying if it's going to be a missed opportunity, if those were the best jokes in the trailer, and if it just won't be really as good as I hope it will be. I'm hopeful that it will be, and I do have some confidence in the crew involved, but just how comedies are today, I'm not completely sold on it. That's my problem. But, I'll hope for the best. I do think the trailer's pretty fun. I do think it looks like it'd be a fun time laughing. You probably get a good amount of laughs. But I'm hoping that those are not the only laughs or the best ones. I really hope it works, especially the chemistry between Tina Fey and Amy Poehler, which seems to be in full force. Anyways, guys, comment below. What do you think of the trailer for Sisters? Are you looking forward to the movie? Are you not? Do you have any concerns? Comment below what you thought about the trailer overall. And subscribe to the channel for more videos.